This is Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the June 28th LaPorte County Regional Sewer and Water District meeting. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Hey guys.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started with the meeting of the LaPorte County Regional Sewer and Water District. Can we salute the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mitch Bishop.
Here.
Marcella Kunstick. Jerry Jackson.
Here.
John Carr.
Here.
Delia Zigas.
Present.
Mark Danielson. Amanda Laners.
Here.
You have 5 out of 7.
Okay. Approval of minutes from April and May 2022.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I would suggest you do them separately.
Okay.
Well, I'll make a motion to approve April 26th.
I like all the new business bullets. Jeez. Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the April 26, 2022 minutes. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor signify by the word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Yeah.
Ayes have it. The May 23rd minutes.
Make a motion to approve the May 23rd minutes.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the May 23rd minutes. Are there any questions on the motion? All in favor signify by the word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Public comments. Anyone wishing to speak needs to state their name and address for the record, and we'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Who's GJ?
I don't think there's anybody here from the public. Is there?
Let me make sure on the Zoom.
GJ. Yeah.
BJ is the only one on Zoom. Would you like to speak?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Then there is nobody else on Zoom at this time. We'll make that clear right now.
Okay. Nobody for public comment?
Well, once
Last call for public comment. Okay, public comment is now closed. Reports. Steve Carter? You need a
I can't.
microphone, Steve.
or turn it on. Turn on the mic. Probably take the one from the podium. It's on. I can see it. Oh,
She said it works.
now it works.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like it's on. Effective.
That one is definitely on. I can see it. Come on, Superman. Is it that?
Little Velcro.
Here, take. What? Or, yeah, there you go.
Alright, so for Rolling Prairie monthly pay, we have receipts for $958, operating disbursements of $2,192.
It's still kind of hard to hear. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me now?
All right. You want to try one? You hear these are fine. Try one of these. This one definitely works.
Can you hear this?
Yeah, go over there.
Sorry, guys.
Test. Okay.
Yes, I can hear that.
Number 3, Rolling Prairie. Month of May, receipts of $79.58, disbursements $13,192, plus loan principal to the county $1,830, ending cash balance $43,040.07. Of that amount, $34,681 is in the operating and maintenance fund, $1,275 in the debt service reserve account, and $7,083 in the bond and interest account. For the toll road, receipts of $26,960 for the month of May, disbursements of $18,749, interest income $114.90. Ending balance of May 31st, $445,415.38. Of that, $194,079 is in the operation and maintenance fund, and $251,336 is in the improvement fund. Total claims for your consideration this month, $25,653.50. That does not include payment to the SRF for your Rolling Prairie bonds, which I don't believe you have to approve because it's already in. It's been approved through a bond ordinance, but that was somewhere around $7,200. I have checks made out for that today as well.
Okay.
Also, that does not include the reimbursement payments, which I have a spreadsheet that we can discuss, that I will put on a share on the screen. Do you guys have a screen there?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus, I think there are more still that I haven't gotten to, that I'm still reviewing, that I wanted to discuss a few of them with you that I have to double check on. But I thought maybe we can go ahead and review the claims, Steve, if that's okay, and then we can maybe separately review these reimbursements. Is that okay? Can we do it that way?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think if you want to verbally approve it for the list that you got, if they want to do that, then I can add them formally to the list for next month and then have them sign it at that point.
Sign next month or this month?
We can send the checks out now if they verbally approve it, and then I'll add those to the claims register next month for next month's meeting.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Are you? Is there a motion to approve the claims?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We got a motion and a second to approve the claims. Are there any questions? All in favor,
So-
signify. Oh,
I'm sorry. Did the claims amount include the SRF Rolling Prairie payment, Steve? Or does that 7,200 need to be included in the 25,653.50? What amount are they actually improving, so I know for the motion? I'm sorry.
Okay. It does not include the payment to Bank of New York for the bond payment. That amount is $8,142.97. And unless Barry tells me otherwise, I don't believe they need to approve it formally because it's already been approved through the bond ordinance.
That's correct. I have a question, Steve. With that, is that payment, is that going to be a recurring, is that our monthly? I mean, what is that payment specifically?
So that would be every 6 months.
Okay.
One of them is the interest-free loan, and then the other one is the most recent one. I think it's got 2% interest on it.
And that, I know it's the Rolling Prairie project. Is the intent to pay it out of the Rolling Prairie funds only because obviously we have more floating around in the toll plaza? Does it matter?
I'd have to go back and look at the pledge of net revenues on that, but right now I'm assuming that the pledge of revenues is from Rolling Prairie only for those bonds.
Okay. Then that's probably where it ought to be paid.
Yeah, I think, I mean, just from an operational standpoint, I think that you want the rates from Rolling Prairie to be sufficient to pay for Rolling Prairie's operations, including its debt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will that show up then next month somewhere on the financials then, Steve?
Yeah, I wrote the check today, so it'll show up in the June financials.
Okay, all right.
If we had a large customer connect to the Rolling Prairie system, would that then, that goes to LaPorte, would that then go into the Rolling Prairie income? I guess it probably would, wouldn't it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, any connections to the Rolling Prairie system, the revenue should come into Rolling
Even if
Prairie.
it's 3 miles away. Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
Sweet. Please.
Okay, any other questions on the motion? All in favor signify by word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Asbury Water Technologies.
Chris is on.
Good morning. This is Chris Vogler with Asbury.
Morning.
Everything is going well at the waste treatment plant. I do have 4 items. Jennifer, I apologize. I told you I had 3, but there are 4 things that I want to bring before the board. One, last week we did have sludge hauled by Johnson's. We're still looking for somebody to come out and look at repairing the roofs around the heating and cooling discharge through the roof. And in addition to that, I'm looking at pulling aerators in the sludge holding tank. We're going to have to get a piece of equipment, truck with a winch, to be able to pull these aerators out of the sludge and get them cleaned up and put back in.
Do they need repair, or what? Do they need repair? Why are we pulling them?
Because the sludge has clogged them.
Okay.
They're, because in the final sludge, the thickener, we add sludge to the tank, we shut the air off to decant the water, and then turn them back on. Lots of times, the sludge gets into those aerators, and you can't get them back on.
Okay.
So over time, it's just become worse, and we just need we need to get it addressed now.
Yep.
They are made out of PVC and metal aerators, and I believe they can be cleaned. I mean, it is possible that if they get too clogged, we may have to repair some PVC pipe. But first option is to try to get them cleaned out. My last item is we still have an ongoing ferric pump issue. I'm making it work, but I think we're going to get some additional replacement parts to get it to work consistently. So that'll be something that happened in the next month or so.
What was that, Chris? What did you?
It's a ongoing ferric pump, a chemical pump that we're feeding ferric with to treat the phosphorus.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw phosphorus was up near the limit.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, we've been battling, kind of going up and down. I'll get it to work, and the phosphorus will go way down, and then the next week it'll be back up because the pump had stopped feeding it. So
Is it a peristaltic pump, or is it like a diaphragm pump?
It's a peristaltic pump.
Yeah, those are usually
And I
pretty good.
believe. Go ahead.
I just say those are usually pretty good. They run till the hose breaks and you put a new hose in.
Right. I think the hose broke. I think that I replaced the hose, the windings on it, the hose or whatever, and it worked for a while. And I think that the wheels have worn out.
Yeah,
and I think we got to get that head replaced replace the wheels that push the chemical.
Yep.
And I believe Chris said that Asbury can, clean the clogged aerators, isn't it right? So
Yeah.
that's probably in addition to your contract, you do that on hourly or something.
Yeah. I believe that's something additional. I think Tom Asbury, we have some time in it already. I had to get some of them working because in order to haul the sludge, we had to get it mixing. So we got some of them done. I think there's still another 7 that need to be pulled. It's really difficult to do it by hand.
Right,
So
okay. I'm sure the board's fine with that, him moving forward with getting those done and getting that taken care of as needed, right?
Yeah, that sounds needed.
Right, okay.
Anything else?
thank you. Nope, that'll do it.
Any questions
Thank you.
from the board?
I didn't get Tom's report, which I'm not complaining because obviously I was running late this month too. So I don't think everyone saw Tom's report on the board, but I did save it and I will distribute it next month as well with this one. But there wasn't a whole lot, and Chris actually gave you more than I think what was even on the report. So thank you, Chris.
Did you get
Welcome.
Chris, did you get an estimate for the roof?
No,
I have not.
that I think I was going to do that actually, wasn't I, Chris? And I haven't.
Okay. This
I haven't
one,
been
rough
about to do that. That's on me.
by the penetrations.
I do have a contact, and I will get a quote before our next meeting.
All right.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Chris.
It's the penetrations. It's leaking out. So, it's rubber, I guess.
Okay. Moving on to JPR, billing, collections, liens, permit, inspection fees collected.
Nothing more than what I've already sent you. Been reviewing and looking at a lot of the reimbursement plan forms. Let me see here. Let me see. Where's my share screen? Let me see if I can do this. Share screen. Can you see that? What I have up here or not?
No.
No, of course not.
There
Can you
go.
see it now?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. What I have here is 20 accounts. I still have, I believe, about another 10 to look at. I come across a few different, I've had some that are receipts that are just marked paid in full. So I'm gonna actually call a couple, this contractor, because there's varying, some have sent like a stamp paid and some are handwritten. So I'm gonna do just some follow-up verification, only because I did receive an email from one contractor just saying, FYI, if this individual contacts you with a paid in full, they have not, because we have an ongoing issue. And I'm not gonna say the issue right now, because it might spark someone knowing this person or this issue. So I'm gonna do a little bit more research and just verify some of these are paid that are just handwritten. If the board's okay with that.
For sure.
Okay, I think that that's a good idea. Just, it didn't come across as something to do until I got that email at the end of last week. So I thought, well, yeah, that's probably a good idea now, so.
So do we need to give preliminary approval on the 20 I've listed?
Yeah, if you would, I think that's a good idea. Like I said, I still have approximately another 10, but we can wait till next month to do those as well if you want.
How many total are there?
I would say I have it probably at least 30 right now.
30 out of how many?
32. We did 2 last month.
Out of 100 total?
Out of about 117. And these are just the reimbursement. These aren't
Yeah,
just
I just figured probably everyone's gonna ask for one, or the majority, right?
I would assume they will, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Jennifer, the ones that you want to do more digging on, they're included on this list of 20, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
So I would think if the board wants to make a motion to approve, they'd make it subject to your further due diligence and editing, or however they want to phrase it, if you find out that some of them may not be legit.
Correct, and I will obviously, not do those and bring it back to the board next month, or, contact the homeowner, and that's between them and their contractor.
Okay.
So moved.
I second that.
Who made the motion?
I was,
Jerry did.
yeah, Jerry did.
Was that was a motion? Okay, got it.
It was a motion to approve the 20 on the screen with subject to your due diligence on the one or two you need to do further investigations on. And I second it.
Okay. Are there any questions on that motion? Proceed to vote. All in favor signify by word aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Okay, phase 2 update. Dan Bynum and Ken Jones, are they available?
Hey guys. Not a whole lot on phase 2 this month. We do not have that PER amendment received back, so I reached out to Camille at SRF. She said that they dropped the ball on it on their end. She did say, however, she had no comments or issues with the PER amendment as put together, and said she'd be getting us an approval here on it in the next few days. So she said we can actually start moving forward with the items on that PER amendment. So like we can start paying the reimbursements. Remind me again, I can't remember, is the board paying these $1,000 payments
Yes.
and then being reimbursed by SRF?
Yes.
Okay,
That-
so
Good.
she said you can start making those payments now.
Oh, well, good.
And by that matter, you can start filing for reimbursement from SRF.
Good.
Okay.
They've said they're gonna approve the plan. So, otherwise, on the asset management plan side of things, first off, Steve Carter, I believe that Josh Wyman sent you the wastewater asset management plan a few months ago. He told me he hasn't seen anything from you on it. So just a bit of a reminder there to review and complete that managerial and accounting portion. Also, he's told me that he'll be getting you the water portion here in the next few days. If you need him to resend it to you or something, I can let him know.
Is that it?
That is it for phase 2, yeah.
Okay, moving on. The PER for Hudson Saucony.
I thought Kevin might be on here to jump in and give an update on it. I know that we've submitted to SRF and we have hired up a sub-consultant to take care of the environmental report portion of the USDA application. And I know that we're looking at submitting that USDA application here in the near future if we haven't already. I apologize, I'm a little unprepared on this front for it. I'll tell you what, I'll do some digging and update the whole board via email.
That's fair. Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks. Okay, moving on. New business. Support letter for developer from Mitch Bishop.
Oh, yeah.
Mitch.
So, and there is a developer that purchased property on State Road 2 between Rolling and the city of LaPorte by the old par 3 golf course on the south side of the road, 156 acres. And he met with this, a couple members of this board, actually, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. And he went in front of the planning commission prior, and it didn't work out for him. So he's making some adjustments, doing some changes this time. We're going to be back in front of the planning commission for a rezone.
So the plan commission approved it the first time it was the commissioners, right?
Yeah. So like I say, he's doing some more due diligence, being better prepared, I guess. And he contacted me last week 2 weeks ago wanting a support letter. If this board would honor a support letter for him. There's a partnership there, 2 individuals, 2 developers. They're going to be in front of the Plan Commission 4th week in July, the 4th Tuesday in July. So I was hoping, I don't have the letter in front of me, but I was going to draft something, maybe nothing too crazy, but 5 or 6 sentences. And I was hoping maybe this board would give a discussion, but maybe a favorable recommendation, sight unseen, and maybe just signed by the president that I could get at a later date prior to the Plan Commission's meeting, which I believe they'll come first, I think, before this board, so in July.
Actually, it's the 4th Tuesday, so it's the same day that we
Same
meet.
day. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, either
Meet
way.
in the morning. and then
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
guess I
fine.
could. Well, but regardless, I was hoping maybe if it's favorable with this board, that maybe a recommendation could be given for a support letter, and you could have the president, Mr. Carr, sign it, and I could give it to Mr. Carr, and I could email it to everybody on the board if you. But that was what I was after, and I don't know if you got any suggestion on
Well,
that.
the only thing I would say is, I mean, it's up to the board, but I mean, we have to try and stay neutral-ish, other than
Right.
obviously the county needs housing. That's been identified as
I
a
didn't get that far yet.
significant
Right.
issue. But I'm wondering, would it be too late if we approved it on our morning meeting on the same day as, one way or the other, they'd have it in hand to be able to say,
Yeah, either way works.
and that might allow them to get to you the plans that the board could look at, so that when they vote, what I don't want to have happen is something where we approve it, and then in the next 4 weeks, there's a change that even you are like, wow, I did not intend. You know what I mean? I did not intend the development to look like this or have this aspect of it, and have us.
And I could provide a little insight. So I'm on the Plan Commission,
as well, yeah.
and I think I may have made the motion to support it, but the development is, these are nicer homes on bigger lots. So, it got approval from the Plan Commission. There was just a couple issues with the commissioners that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the developer would ask us if we have. Oh, sorry. It'd be nice if the developer would ask the regional sewer district if they have capacity to serve the facility, because that's mostly our role. We're not going to look at the type of siding on the house.
No.
It's, do we have capacity to serve?
Right. More of a general.
Yeah, we may want to. Unless it doesn't do them any good to get a vote at our next meeting, I would wait, because then you have the ability to kind of review the plans, and maybe the developer shows up at the meeting, but I don't know that that's necessary.
Yeah.
But I do agree, you'd want to limit, you'd have to be really kind of circumspect with the letter you write that
Right.
says, we generally have capacity,
Yeah, I got
because if that's a concern, I don't know if that's a concern at any of the public comments. I'm not sure what any of the issues were. I didn't watch the meeting.
Yeah. Right now is they haven't done any design per se. It's just a rezone. So there's not going to be too many in depth. There's not going to be a preliminary plat to show you. There's not going to and our secondary plat. This is just a rezone at this point.
It brings up an interesting thing, because the developer would need a letter from the treatment plant from the city saying the city has capacity, and then they need a letter from us saying the sewer system has capacity. I'm not sure who our official operator is who signs that letter that has like really scary language about criminal penalties and everything above the name of where you sign. Yeah. An issue we should address, I guess.
Yeah, that's okay. Well,
It's up to the board. I think the board is.
I could draft something, and that's pretty, I don't want to say vague, but
Who is the developer?
Yeah, I met them both. It's 2 individuals. One was from Indiana, one's from Illinois, Chicagoland, and the group is called. I could email it to you
Okay,
off the top of my head.
I was just curious.
Sustainabuild, I believe, but yeah. That's true.
So you want to draft a letter and bring it to the next meeting?
That'd be fine.
And then we can, the plan commission meets that night and make
Yeah.
sure you can get it in the hands of somebody.
Right. That'll work for me.
Then we'll approve it at the
Yeah.
next meeting.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Continue on.
Next thing on the agenda is sump pump issue, inspection invoice. Jennifer?
Yes. I don't know if any of you saw the email I also sent this morning with some additional information regarding this issue and the individual that this issue
Oh.
is regarding. Did anyone?
I saw the letter, maybe I missed the second one, because I saw the summary of work and activities on the project site, but I didn't see any.
Okay.
Is there a follow-up?
Well, I just sent along his email with the invoice for the plumber, and his invoice he wants paid, and his comment, which I can pull that up. Of course, it's, the, I'm gonna be careful here.
Now
Jerry-
that connection originally went to his septic system, right? Before he reconnected the sewer?
Well, it's in his basement, and we have made, according to the guidelines that we have, all sub pumps have to be disconnected. And we've made all other property owners disconnect those. And so if you read what I sent, his wife was told that day it had to be connected in order for the inspection to be approved completely. And so therein started, emails and different stuff. So then his plumber came out to do that apparently, and then determined and said it doesn't have to be because it's not that kind or whatever. Here, let me pull up the information, and you can read the invoice and look at it. And so he is saying he shouldn't have to disconnect it, and that and then he now wants the district to pay this bill.
Is it permissible for clear water sump pumps to be connected to septic systems? My point here is that it probably was not a legal connection from the start and continued to be not a legal connection when he connected the sewer.
Yeah, clear water pumps cannot be connected to septic systems. And when we come across them in property transfer inspections, we require them to be disconnected.
Okay.
Which is basically what your guidelines say. But
So we can,
hold on here, let me share again.
he's trying to keep non-conforming.
Yeah, my argument is that the connection was non-conforming, not proper, before we came along, and it continued to be non-proper, so I don't see why we would pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see the invoice here?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's saying, and you see the technician notes?
So who inspected it originally?
It was the inspector for all of our JPR inspector.
So this is saying that it's not a clear water sump. It's taking water from the softener and does not take groundwater.
Yeah.
No groundwater inlet, so it doesn't have. Yeah. So did they then disconnect it? That's how it looks like it, huh? Or no?
No, they didn't do anything.
So we generated a fee by saying you have to get this disconnected, and they came inspected, and it turns out it's not a clear water.
Yes.
And the inspector should have determined that?
Well, I don't know, Dan, what do we normally do on these? I mean,
I don't know that I've ever even seen this before. The only, the only thing that that throws a red flag to me is the water softener discharge.
right,
Like the backwash, that's gonna have a lot of chlorides in it. I don't know what the county health department's opinion is about that going straight into the ground. Because your condensate from your furnace and AC and the floor drain, that's going to hardly create any flow at all. But the water softener backwash,
So water softener
would-
backwash is something that the state goes back and forth on
right?
all the time when it comes to septic system discharges, and if it's something that's properly balanced and it's an on-demand system recharge, then the what's being put into the system should not be affecting the system. But we all know nothing quite runs like it's technically supposed to. So, however, condensate from the air unit is not to go into the septic system. So technically, water softener discharge should be going to a septic system according to code, but again, depends on how IDOH is feeling that day.
Got ourselves in a nice gray area, haven't we?
It's $108.
Yeah, it might be worth
Yeah.
the goodwill to pay it, since there's some.
Who's it for again?
Mario,
Yeah.
Mr. Rose.
Mario Rosa.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So,
Well-
but
Well, we got two things here. We got one, does he disconnect it or not by the guidelines? And two, do we pay this invoice or not?
It sounds like we don't connect. We don't disconnect because it's got the backwash from the softener.
so we recommended, or not we, but on our behalf, they incurred the expense of having dye go out. And as it turns out, what the inspector thought was an issue isn't an issue, and it can be left alone. Is that the
Yeah,
gist
that's
of
The
it?
way I read it.
Then it seems to me
You gotta pay it.
it might be. I mean, they didn't voluntarily incur the fee. They did it at the bequest of our inspector.
Yeah.
Whether there are subsequent issues with that system, and that's a different issue. I think the issue right now is this specific expense wouldn't have been incurred other than at our inspector's insistence.
So you need a motion to
Pay the invoice.
Oh.
So I've clarified that we don't consider, the health department doesn't consider backwash clear water, we consider it gray water, so
Yep.
I just want to clarify.
Okay. So is that a motion, Mitch?
Yes.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. What's
Time
that?
out, what's the motion?
Motion to pay the invoice.
$108 to die.
And it is, Jennifer, did they pay the invoice and we're reimbursing them, or do we pay Dye?
I have no idea.
It looks like on the paperwork here, it says they have a check number paid on May 12th. Looks like they paid it from the invoice that you have right in front of us, right in the bottom there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure Jennifer, if
Yeah,
you,
just verify.
yeah, we could just verify, but regardless,
Yeah.
the motion's kind of the same.
Paid on 5/12. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so who made the motion?
Mitch.
Yep.
Seconded by Jerry.
And then and then we're allowing him, do we need a motion to, and then you're fine with the sub pump?
Yeah, motion is to pay the bill.
And if we need a second motion to say that it's gray water and not clear water and the connection remains, I'd make that motion.
Okay, let's concentrate on the first one first.
Yep.
We got a motion and a second to pay $108 reimbursement for Mr. Rosa. Any questions? All those in favor signify by the word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
And I'll second Jerry's motion.
So the motion was to,
Just to recognize that this is a gray water pump.
Yeah.
It should be connected to the
Should be,
sewer.
it can be, it has
We got a motion to recognize that this is a gray water pump. Any questions? All those in favor signify by word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it. Okay, next meeting, July 28th.
I'm sorry, I think that's a mistake. If you look at my July calendar, it has the 28th as a Thursday, and I'm actually gonna be out of town, 26th, is that correct?
28th July, Thursday, yeah.
26th.
Yeah, it should be the
Six.
26th of July.
My son's birthday.
Thank you, Celia.
No, it's just because I'm gonna be out of town, so on the 28th, I'm gonna be gone, so 26th, good. All right, thanks.
Okay, anybody got anything on the next date? July 26th? Old business, sewer rate ordinance review.
We haven't done that. Obviously, I haven't been in the office or done anything.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to adjourn though.
Oh, okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn.
That's
Any
it.
questions, Jennifer?
Was that Mitch?
Yeah.
Mitch and Jerry again.
Boy, they're killing it today.
We're on fire.
My life easy.
There's no questions, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor signify by word aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Ayes have it, meeting
Thanks.
adjourned.
Gotta take Mark's role when he